Hello, everyone. Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, depending on what time you're going to watch this training. And welcome to this very, very short training, which will actually be talking about the new policy that's coming. There are some policy updates that are coming, and I'm very, very excited actually to bring those policies. As you know, Forever has been doing the business right for over 40 years, and that is because they have a vision. And one of the vision of Forever is to make sure that they pay the most to FBOs. One of the vision of Forever is to be the #1 MLM company when it comes to paying their distributors. So we all agree, we already have an incredible and amazing marketing plan, that's no doubt. But once in a while, Forever looks at the marketing plan and says, hey, can we make this better? Can we find something that can actually make our marketing plan even better? Is there an area that we can improve that will mean you and your team are going to make more money, are going to achieve much, much bigger things? So I'm so excited to say we're going to have some policy enhancement. We're going to have some enhancement. And these changes, I'll be talking about two changes. And I will go into the details of the changes, what they will mean to you, and when we expect to launch the changes throughout of Africa, actually. So in the region of Tanzania, we are also expecting to have the changes implemented at that time. So we're going to have a new policy starting on the 1st of December. 1st of December. And let me start get into the nitty-gritty of the policy, the changes. As we all know, now we have Novus customer. And the Novus customer is anyone that has just started that has just joined Forever and buys the products at a discount of 15%. They get a discount of 15% when they are buying the products. Now, from the 1st of December, we're going to change from Novus customer to preferred customer. So from Novus customer to preferred customer. And preferred customers will not be getting a discount of 15%. They will be getting a discount of 5%. What does that mean? Even the existing Novus customers, if it reaches 1st of December and they're not yet assistant supervisors, they will start to buy at 5% discount instead of 15%, which means their price will go higher. Their buying price of the products will go higher. Now, I know you have questions probably now. When the price goes higher, what's happening to this extra 10%, which was actually a discount to the Novus customer? What happens? Where is it going? I'm going to get into those details. But before that, I want to go through a few definitions. Okay? So I want to explain something called preferred customer profit, which initially was called Novus customer profit. Initially, Novus customer profit was 15% of the SRP, is suggested retail price of the purchases that were made by a Novus customer. But from 1st December, we won't have Novus customer profit. We will have preferred customer profit, which will be 25% of the suggested retail price of the purchases made by preferred customer, which is actually paid to the sponsoring FBO until the preferred customer has purchased either a Start Your Journey pack or product equaling 2 case credits within any 2 consecutive month period. Basically, when someone reaches 2cc, just like normally, then the person, you will no longer be getting the 25% preferred customer, because that person will now move into a different level. So the preferred customer profit, I want you to remember that title, PCP. You'll see it a lot in my explanations, PCP, which is 25%. And I will be giving examples on the current system versus the new system after the changes, and you'll be able to get it very, very easily. Now, we have also something called preferred customer bonus, which it used to be Novus customer bonus. Now, the Novus customer bonus has not changed. Preferred customer bonus and Novus customers bonus has remained the same, which is a cash payment to an FBO of 5 to 18% of the SRP of the purchases of his or her personally sponsored preferred customers, okay? So if you are to put it in summary, if you sponsor someone, what you get is preferred customer bonus plus preferred customer profit. So in the old system, the Novus customer profit was 15%. and the novice customer bonus, let's say for an assistant supervisor, was 5%. So that's why we used to say, if an assistant supervisor sponsors, they get 20%. So it's basically 15%, which is novice customer profit, plus 5%, which is novice customer bonus. Now there's a change. Now there's a change. The novice customer profit will be changed to preferred customer profit, and it will increase from 15% to 25%. So it means from 1st of December, if you sponsor someone, you still get preferred customer bonus, which is 5 to 18%, depending on your level. So I'm going to use an example of an assistant supervisor, which is 5%, plus preferred customer profit, which is now 25%. So it will be 25 plus 5, which means will be 30%. So in summary, when you sponsor someone right now, from 1st of, not right now, from 1st of December, your bonus as an assistant supervisor will actually be 30% instead of 20%. Now, let me continue with some more definitions. There's something called personal discount. Personal discount. What is personal discount? A personal discount is a discount that is calculated as a percentage of the SRP of 5 to 18% based on the current sales level, okay? SRP is suggested retail price. So when we say an assistant supervisor buys the products at 35% discount, the 35% discount is actually, if you look at the 5 Steps to Manager book, you'll see that there is 30% plus 5%. Why did they split? Because 30% plus 5% are two different items in Forever. The 5% is what we call the personal discount, and the 30% is the wholesale discount. That is, because you're an assistant supervisor, you start to buy at wholesale price, which is 30% discounted. But in the past, which will also be, we'll also see a change. In the past, in actually a long time ago, we all used to buy products at the same price, which is 30% discount. All were buying at the same price. And then later on, we started getting personal discounts while buying products. So then we are now buying at 30% plus 5 or 30 plus 8 or 30 plus 18. So that's called the personal discount, okay? So the wholesale price of our products is always the 30% of the SRP, which is the suggested retail price. And then what we call adjusted wholesale price is 30% discounted price less the applicable personal discount. So the adjusted wholesale price is the actual price that an FBO buys from Forever. So we don't buy at wholesale price, we buy at adjusted wholesale price. Long time ago, I think before 2010, we used to buy at wholesale price. All of us would buy at wholesale price, but now we have different prices because now we are buying at 30% plus the extra personal discount depending on someone's sales level. So I wanted to touch base a bit on those definitions because I will be kind of referring to them when I'm going through the changes so that we really understand the changes on the marketing plan. So let me go now into the changes. So we are launching preferred customer, which will also include the new preferred customer discount, or rather the new preferred customer profit policy. Now, first of all, why did Forever bring this change? The aim is simply to increase retention of starting FBOs, because Forever is looking at how can we retain more people. We retain more people by enabling people to make money earlier. So that's why they've bought this policy update so that FBOs can have money in their pockets early on. So that's why now you recruit someone and instead of getting 20%, you'll be getting 30%. And for those very old guys, you remember back in the days when we recruited someone, our bonus was just 5%. So imagine, maybe I would say for the past 10 years, Forever has increased the recruiting bonus from 5% to 30%. 5% of the suggested retail price of the newly sponsored person to 30% of the suggested retail price of the newly sponsored person. Now, this launch that is coming, that will be starting 1st December, which means the novice customer will be replaced by the preferred customer, and the discount for the preferred customer will change from 15% to 5%. It means now to the upline who is sponsoring, the upline will no longer be getting the usual 15%. Now the upline will be getting 25%. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me give an example. Just relax. I know it can get confusing, but you'll understand. This is how it is right now, currently, that if you sponsor someone, if you are here, let's assume you're an assistant supervisor here. If you sponsor someone, you get Nova's customer profit, which is 15%. And let's remember, when you sponsor someone, what you earn from that person is Nova's customer profit plus Nova's customer bonus. So here I've only put 15%, which is Nova's customer profit. But in actual sense, what you're going to get when you sponsor someone is not 15%, it's 20%, because it's Nova's customer profit plus Nova's customer bonus. So for an assistant supervisor, that's going to be 20%. And the Nova's customer who is joining right now, as we are speaking, gets 15% discount. 15% discount. So let's give an example here, a quick example of a 2cc. Let's talk 2cc. If it's 2cc, the value of 2cc, I've put the value here in dollar. This value in dollar of 2cc is approximate, but almost correct, almost perfect. And it's without any tax, so it's without VAT. So if you want to know how much is 2cc in retail, this is 2cc in retail. If you want to know 2cc in retail in your local currency, you need to take this, add VAT, and then multiply by your exchange rate. So if it is Tanzania, I'll take $480, I'll add 18% VAT, and then I'll multiply by 2,400 to get the local figure. So let me give an example here of what's happening right now. So right now, if you sponsor someone with 2cc, you have Nova's customer profit. Nova's customer, this should be P, should be no N. Nova's customer profit, which is 15%. 15% of $480 is $72. So you have $72. And then you also have Nova's customer bonus. So if you're an assistant supervisor, it's going to be 5% of 480, because remember, all our bonuses are calculated against our retail price. So then the total earning when you recruit someone worth 2cc is going to be $96. If that is for an assistant supervisor. And if I am to convert that to a local currency, I'm going to use, let's say, Tanzanian shillings. If I multiply by 1.18, which is our VAT, and then I multiply by 2,400, I mean, I take that $96 and I multiply by our rate, which is 2,400. That comes to about 230,000. If I want to know that $96, let's say in Zambia kwacha, right now, if I multiply by 15, you make about 1,440 for an assistant supervisor for every 2cc sponsoring. If I'm to multiply that to get Burundian francs, then it's 96 times 3,000. That would be 288. And if I'm to multiply that to get Rwandan francs times 19, 1,824 Rwandan francs. So this is what is happening right now. I hope we are together up to now. Now, the new system now, when you sponsor, you observe this 15% here, right? When you sponsor, instead of 15%, it will now be 25%. Why? Because this person who is joining now is given a discount of 5% and not 15%. That means the person is paying 10% more compared to right now. So the extra 10% is taken to the sponsor, which will now be 25%. Now, let me give the examples here. If you have understood this part here, then you'll understand this new way also very, very easily. As we know, what you make when you sponsor someone is the profit plus the bonus. So if we take an example of 2cc, the preferred customer profit will now be 25%, not 15 like here. You see here is 15% of 480, that brings you $72. But with the new system, the preferred customer profit will now be 25%, that's $120. Preferred customer bonus is the same 5%. So there's no change on the bonus, but there's a change on the profit. And these are just terminologies. But on your recap, they will all be combined and put as one figure as a bonus and all put in your bank account. So we have preferred customer profit, which is 25%. That will bring you 120, and we have preferred customer bonus, 5%, 24. So if you add the total will now be $144. So now, from December, if an assistant supervisor sponsors someone with 2cc, they are going to get $48 more, which will be 144. So if I am to put that in local currency, the changes. Right now, I'm going to show you examples for each of the countries. As an assistant supervisor, and I've put under quotation active, because there's going to be a policy change also. If an assistant supervisor is not active, there are some of the bonuses they will be missing. So I'm putting here estimates of what they will make. So in Tanzania, the recruiting bonus, the recruiting total earning, I would say, from someone that has done 2cc will move from 230 to 345. In Zambia, from 1,440 to 2,160. In Rwanda, from 86,400 to 129. In Burundi, from 288,000 to 432,000. So this is coming in December, guys. And I'm sure you're all getting excited and you wish that it starts in November so that you start to make more money. Now, a supervisor in Tanzania, when they sponsor, they get 380,000. An assistant manager 437, a manager 495. In Zambia, if a supervisor sponsors 2cc, you're going to get 2,376. If an assistant manager sponsors 2cc, 2,736 kwacha. If a manager sponsors 2cc, 3,096 kwacha. Rwanda, we can see the figures: 142,560 for a supervisor, 164, 160 for an assistant manager, and 185,760 for a manager. In Burundi, it's going to move 432 assistant supervisor, 475, 200 for a supervisor, 547, 200 for an assistant manager, and for a manager, 619. So these changes will be coming in December. We are already working on them right now on the system side, on the system point of view. And I know it's going to be super exciting as more people are going to make the money much, much earlier. Let's remember, this policy has been introduced to increase retention by putting money in people's pockets much, much, much earlier. All right. Now, we have got another policy that's coming. So we've talked about the preferred customer bonus, and I hope we've understood it. Now, we're also launching another one, the boost policy. Now, this is something only for assistant supervisors. You know, Forever realized we have a lot of assistant supervisors that are active, a lot of assistant supervisors that are not active. And probably one of the reasons why they're not active is not because they cannot be active, as in 4cc active, but it's because they don't really see why they should go an extra mile to become 4cc active as an assistant supervisor. So they decided to introduce a new policy that aims at rewarding active status early in the career. That means once someone gets to assistant supervisor, right away, they start to see the benefits of 4cc's instead of waiting until they become supervisors. So if we have the culture of 4cc being worked on by people from assistant supervisor level, then definitely it's going to get more and more people to be focusing on 4cc early on in their career. So what is this boost policy for assistant supervisors? Let me explain it. And let me first explain by showing what is currently happening right now. This is the situation right now. If you're an assistant supervisor here, and if you have 3 assistant supervisors, you have 0 bonus. You don't get anything from these assistant supervisors. That's the way it is right now. And right now, an assistant supervisor buys products at 35% discounted price. Every assistant supervisor, immediately, they buy products at 35% discounted price. This is the situation right now. And of course, any novice customer right now buys at 15% discount. This is how it is right now. So the new policy, the boost policy for assistant supervisor, is going to bring a difference in the buying price of the assistant supervisor. So from December, we're going to have new buying prices for preferred customers, but we are also going to have new buying prices for assistant supervisors, for also assistant supervisors. As of now, assistant supervisors are getting a straight 35% discount. But from 1st of December, assistant supervisors will be buying at 30% discount. not 35%, at 30% discount. So what will happen to that other extra 5%? Let me get onto it. So the 35% discount for assistant supervisors that is happening right now has been replaced with a 30% discount plus a 5% boost bonus that is paid if the assistant supervisor is 4cc active during the month. So what do I mean by that? So now, as of right now, an assistant supervisor will buy products at 35%. But from 1st December, an assistant supervisor will buy products at 30% discount. And then if that assistant supervisor will be active, then that assistant supervisor will get a 5% bonus, which is called a boost bonus, will get 5% bonus into their account, so that it's like now they are getting bonuses just from the products that they are buying. And for those who have been long time in the business, you know this is how the policy used to be way in the past, that you buy products at 30% discount, and then at the end of the month you get 5% bonus if you're an assistant supervisor for all your purchases. So that system is coming back. But in the past, it was regardless of whether you are active or not. But from 1st December, in order for you to get that 5% boost bonus, you need to be 4cc active in order for you to get that, okay? So this means that an assistant risk supervisor receives a 30% discount immediately upon making a purchase. Then if they achieve 4cc active by the end of the month, they will receive a 5% boost bonus, which will get in their account on the 15th of the month as it normally does. So also the 5%, listen to this one, the 5% preferred customer bonus for assistant supervisors. Now this is only for assistant supervisors. If you remember, we said from when you recruit someone, there are two things. You get a preferred customer profit, which is 25%. Now it's 15%, but it will be 25%, plus a preferred customer bonus, which is 5% to 18%, depending on your sales level. So now for assistant supervisors, when you recruit someone, that 5% preferred customer bonus, remember there's 25% plus 5%, if you remember. There's that $120 and there's that $24, which is the 5%. So if an assistant supervisor sponsors and that assistant supervisor is not active, then that assistant supervisor will only get preferred customer profit. They will not get the preferred customer bonus. That means the assistant supervisor, instead of getting $144 from a 2cc sponsoring, they will get $120 from the 2cc sponsoring. And I'm going to give more examples. Don't worry about that. So the 5% preferred customer bonus for assistant supervisors has been replaced now with a 5% boost bonus that is paid on the preferred customer purchases if the assistant supervisor is 4cc active during the month. So what does that mean? That means if an assistant supervisor is not active, number one, they buy at 30% discount and miss the extra 5% boost bonus. Number two, if they sponsor, they will get 25% of the sponsoring, but they will miss the extra 5%. So they will be missing $24 per 2cc that they sponsor. Now, let me give an example. Assistant supervisors, currently, they are not required to be active to receive their personal discount. It means right now, an assistant supervisor, when they go and buy products, they buy at 35% discount immediately. But from 1st of December, assistant supervisors will be required to be 4cc active in order to get a full 35% on their personal purchases. If they are not 4cc active, it means they've bought products at 30% discount, and that 5% will go to the first upline who is 4cc active. So now if I'm an assistant supervisor and I have an assistant supervisor in my team, and the assistant supervisor in my team is not active, whatever they buy, I get a 5% from whatever they buy. I get a 5% from whatever that they buy. I hope you're getting that. And if that assistant supervisor sponsors and is not active, I get their 5% from their purchases, and I also get 5% from the person under them. So now, at this point, an assistant supervisor has the potential to earn even from the novice customer of another assistant supervisor. So definitely, this is a policy that's aiming to reward the active assistant supervisor. It's aiming to put more money in the pockets of those active assistant supervisors. Now, let's give an example here. Let me give an example here so that we understand how it is. So let's assume we have an assistant supervisor here who is active. Let's assume we have an assistant supervisor here who is active. And then we have an assistant supervisor here who is active. And we have an assistant supervisor who is not active, assistant supervisor who is not active. So how does it go? If this assistant supervisor has sponsored a preferred customer, and the assumption here is this preferred customer has joined with 2cc, and this assistant supervisor has also sponsored a preferred customer 2cc, and this one preferred customer 2cc. All right, so how does it go? If this assistant supervisor is active, because they've sponsored 2cc, then they are getting the preferred customer profit, which is 25%, which is $120. This is 25% of 480, which is the retail value of 2cc. So they get the 120, but also they get preferred customer bonus, which is 5%. 5% of 480 is $24. So 120 plus 24 is 144. Excuse here, it's 144, not 145, okay? So in summary, an assistant supervisor who is active will get 30% of the retail price of the products purchased by the preferred customer. So you can see here, 30% of 480 is 144, which should be here 144. Now let's look at this example. We have this another assistant supervisor here who is not active. Now, because this assistant supervisor is not active and they've sponsored someone here with 2cc. So because they are not active, they will get the preferred customer profit, which is 25%. So they will get the $120. So when an assistant supervisor is not active, it's not like they're gonna get nothing from their sponsoring. No, they will get the 25%, but they will miss this 5% here. They will miss this 5%. They are not going to get this. This 5% will go to the upline who is active. And because this guy here is active, so it will go to this guy here who is active. I hope you're getting that. Now, we have another assistant supervisor here with the same scenario like this one here, not active. So they get the 120, but not the preferred customer bonus, which is 5%. So 24 plus 24, you get 48. Which is supposed to be 48 here. Forget the 50, it's supposed to be 48. So it means this assistant supervisor, because he is active, is gonna get a bonus from this assistant supervisor leg and this assistant supervisor leg. Whereas in the past, even if this assistant supervisor was active and this one was not active and this one was not active, this guy here will not get anything. I hope you're seeing the way Forever is rewarding this active assistant supervisor, and is this guy here who is not active and this one is not active is losing a little bit. I hope you're getting that one there. So that's why this boost policy for assistant supervisor, the aim is to reward assistant supervisors who are active very, very early. So I hope you're getting the policy changes. First, we're going to have preferred customers who will be buying at 5% discount. And that's why the earning has now moved from 20% to a 30%, which is 25 plus 5. And then the new policy, the boost policy for assistant supervisor, that rewards assistant supervisors who are active. And let's also remember, because this assistant supervisor is not active, if they bought any products, then they buy the products at 30% discount and they will lose the 5%. This one who is active will also buy the products at 30% discount, but at the end of the month, they will get the 5% bonus. So it's equivalent to buying at 35% discount. I hope we are okay. And don't worry, if anything is confusing, feel free to reach out to me, to your manager, so that we move together very well. But I hope you can see how now assistant supervisors are given the ability to make more money and really challenging people to be 4cc active quite early, all right? So let's take another example. Let's assume you're a manager here. You're a manager. And this is on the left side here is what's happening currently. So you have an assistant supervisor, and this assistant supervisor has sponsored someone with 2cc. So this Novus customer right now will get a 15% discount, and the assistant supervisor who sponsored will get 15%, which is what? $72, and 5%, which is 24, which is 96. This is what you're getting right now, okay? Now, let's assume right now, let's assume 1st December. 1st December, if this assistant supervisor is active, I'm giving an example of active, and then I'll give an example of not active in reference to the manager, which will apply the same if it's also a supervisor or an assistant manager. So if an assistant supervisor here is active, now we'll get 25%. You see this 15 here? It has been replaced with 25%, okay? So the preferred customer profit is what has changed from 15% to 25%. The preferred customer bonus is the same as the Novus customer bonus, okay? So the assistant supervisor being active will get 25%, which is 120, plus 5%, which is 24. The total is $144. This one is clear, just like in the beginning. Now, let's assume this assistant supervisor is not active, has sponsored but is not active. Because has sponsored but is not active, the assistant supervisor will lose the 5% bonus. We'll lose the 24. We'll get the 120, but we'll lose the 24. And this 5% will go to the upline. So if the upline is manager will get that 5%. If the upline is a supervisor, the supervisor will get that percent. If the upline is an assistant manager, the assistant manager will get that 5%. So now the manager, even the manager, is given an opportunity to make more money from assistant supervisors who are not active. So basically, assistant supervisors who are not active are going to be losing some money, and assistant supervisors who are active are going to be paid a lot more, and anybody who is active is going to be paid much, much more. So it is super important to be active, because you might be a supervisor and maybe you have 10 assistant supervisors who have sponsored but they're not active. You can imagine those $25, the $24 that will be coming to you just because they're not active. So this is an amazing policy, which definitely aims at rewarding the assistant supervisor, basically anyone in the marketing plan who is currently pushing the business. So is really being rewarded, okay? So let me finish up with the final policy. This one is just starting the November 1st. You know, a few years back, we had a 36-month policy whereby if someone does not make an order for 36 months, they get completely removed from the system. So Forever decided to change that a little bit. So instead of removing them, they are going to archive. Instead of removing, they're going to archive. So if an FBO has not made a purchase for 36 consecutive calendar months, will forfeit all sponsored downlines to his first upline FBO who has made an order, of course. So if you have anybody in your team that has not made an order for 36 months, then everybody in that team will go to the first upline. And if the FBO that is being archived has also managers, it means those managers will go to the upline. So 1st of November, we'll see a lot of people losing their teams to their uplines. We'll see a lot of managers going to their uplines because maybe their immediate managers there, they're not doing, they've not made an order, so they've lost their teams. They've lost their managers, even their non-managers. And this is a policy which aims at assisting those existing FBOs, because you might have an FBO who is maybe not getting any support from their upline because the upline has stopped business, not getting any support from their upline manager. The upline manager stopped business. So if for 3 years someone has not made a single order, it's fair to say that person is no longer with us. And so those people, it is very fair to those people to have them being looked at or looked after by another FBO who is currently active. So that's what's going to be happening. And these archived FBOs, anytime they can come back and resume their business, they will not lose their marketing plan position. If they are supervisors, when they come back, they'll continue as supervisors. Their assistant managers, they'll continue as assistant managers. And I think that was very generous of Forever to do that. So I hope we are ready and excited with these policies. As you know, these policies will mean, number one, much more money going into people's pockets very, very early on. We'll have assistant supervisors, have bigger bonuses more than ever before. And also these policies are really reminding us on the power of recruiting in our business. We have to make sure that we recruit. Now, one advice that I can give, now it's time to reach out to all your Novus customers and tell them, hey, from 1st of December, you're going to be buying products at a higher price unless you get to 2cc by end of November. So you can get them to focus on finishing their first CC in October and their second CC in November. If you recruit anyone in November, push them to finish their 2ccs the same month of November, so that come December, they won't have to go through the trouble of having, or rather the pain of buying products at 5% discount instead of 15% discount. So definitely that will mean the joining amounts will go higher. The joining amounts will go higher. And normally one might get worried. And I'm telling you, don't get worried. I mean, when we introduced Novus customer, people were worried that joining amounts are going higher. No, don't worry. Remember, this new prospect does not even know that we are coming from 15% to 5%. Don't worry. But you, the existing FBO, you know, now you've been given a marketing plan which is going to reward you much, much, much more. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And feel free to reach out to me if you've got any questions. And I wish you all an amazing, amazing close of the year. Let's go close the year strong. We've got exciting things coming in December, more money and other exciting things that we're working on as Tanzania region. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. Thank you all so much, and remain blessed.